Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Simone here. Today I'm going to be filming my December TBR and I have quite a few books on this list, so let's get started. I'm going to start off with the 3 Sign Up to the TBR books that I'm going to be reading. I will link my Sign Up to the TBR video down below so you know which books I'm talking about. But the first one I'm going to be reading is Memoirs of a Geisha by Arthur Golden. This one is one of the vintage classics covers, which I really love. And yeah, I think I've seen the film of this a long time ago, but I don't really know too much about it. So I'll just really quickly read what it says inside. So it says, a young peasant girl is sold as servant and apprentice to a renowned geisha house. She tells her story many years later from the Waldorf Astoria in New York. Her memoirs conjure up the perfection and the ugliness of life behind rice paper screens, where young girls learn the arts of geisha, dancing and singing, how to wind to the kimono, how to walk and pour tea, and how to beguile the land's most powerful men. So it sounds really interesting. This is quite a big book, so I think it's nearly 500 pages, but I feel like I'm going to enjoy it, and I don't know, there's just something about it that's really sort of calling to me, and this is one I've had on my TBR for a really long time, so I am really excited. So the next one I'm going to read is a non-fiction one. I had such a great month reading non-fiction last month, and I sort of wanted to continue on with a bit of non-fiction anyway into December. So I've picked 102 Minutes, The Untold Story of the Fight to Survive Inside the Twin Towers by Jim Dwyer and Kevin Flynn. And this is a book about the September the 11th attacks in New York City. And I know a lot about the kind of exactly what happened in terms of the planes and things, but I don't really know too much about the people inside, and I feel like this is what this is going to be about. I find the whole thing really scary, and it's really sad to me, and yeah, I'm just really looking forward to sinking my teeth into another non-fiction, because like I said, I have really enjoyed them so far recently. And then the third and final Sign Up to the TBR one I want to read in December is Still Missing by Chevy Stevens, which is a thriller, and I'm really in the mood for thrillers at the moment. I've been watching a lot of Nicole from A Beautiful Chaos of Books, and she loves thrillers, and every time I watch her channel I just want to pick up more thrillers, so yeah, I'm definitely in the mood for them. So this, I believe, is about a woman who was abducted a few years before. Actually, it might have been, I don't know how long she was actually captured for, but I believe it's written from 2 perspectives. So it's from the time when she was held captive, but it's also at the same time from her psychiatrist's like appointments and stuff. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. Apparently, the tagline says, the truth doesn't always set you free, and I think this is going to be really interesting. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I've never read a Chevy Stevens, and I can't wait to read my first. I'm also going to be reading a book that I was sent by NetGalley, so thank you NetGalley, and Acorn Publishing for sending me this book. But I have the book Ricochet by David Kennedy. Now, I don't really know too much about it, apart from it is a mystery thriller, and it did come out at the beginning of November, so it is one I'm really looking forward to. Again, I don't know too much about it. I don't always like to go into thrillers knowing too much about it. But yeah, I'm interested in reading another thriller, like I said, and this one sounded pretty good. Next up, I have my kind of themed books for the month, and I've decided to read popular YA books, because there are a few I still haven't got to, well, quite a lot actually, but a few that I had on my shelves that I really wanted to get to, and I think these are all quite popular. I generally think they all fall into YA, I'm not 100% sure, but I wanted to read them by the end of the year. So the first one is actually a classic, and it is The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. This is one of the Collins Classics editions, and I can't believe I've never read The Secret Garden. I've seen the film, and I loved Frances Hodgson Burnett's other the film based on her other book, which was The Little Princess. It's one of my favourite films of all time, so I really want to read this. I believe it's about a woman, or it's about a little girl named Mary Lennox who is sent to, she's orphaned, and she's sent to live with her uncle in a manor on the moors, and then she finds a secret garden, I guess. I don't know too much else about it because it's such a long time since I've seen the film. But yeah, this is a really short book. I think it's like 200 pages, so I'm really looking forward to getting this one read as well. The next one I have is one that I wanted to read in October and never did, but I'm excited to read it in December, and that is The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman, and I think this is about a little boy named Bod, I think, who is brought up in a graveyard by the ghosts. I don't know anything else about it. I've heard that this is really good, and I've never actually read a Neil Gaiman book, and I feel like that's like sacrilege, and everyone should read Neil Gaiman apparently. So this sounds really good. I think it's like meant to be creepy but not too creepy, which I think is great, and again, it's not a very big book, and I'm looking forward to this. As I've said before, I'm not really a seasoned seasonal reader. I tend to just pick up whatever I fancy, and I'm kind of in the mood of like mysteries, thrillers, kind of like scary kind of books, so I'm okay with reading this in December. Right, we all know how terrible I am at finishing series, and apparently sometimes even starting them, so it's probably escaped nobody's notice that Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J Maas has just come out this month. I think it came out in November, and everybody's reading it. I've read The Assassin's Blade, which is the like short stories, novellas of this series, but I've never read any of the books, so I've decided I'm going to read the Throne of Glass, the first book by Sarah J Maas, and see what I think. I own the first 3 books in this series, and I've never read any of them, and for some reason I feel like now is the time to start. I don't really need to tell you what it's about because most of you do know. This is about a trained assassin named Selena, I believe, who's 18 years old, serving a life sentence. I don't know anything else about it. I didn't even know that until I just read it off the back. So yeah, looking forward to this, finally reading it and seeing what my thoughts are on it. Then we have a book that I read when I was much younger, but I don't really remember too much of the details about it, and it was one of my favourite books, and it is another classic, so it's kind of like YA classic, and that is Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. This is such a beautiful cover of the book. This is another one of the vintage classics, and I just really want to read it. I've been wanting to read this for a while. I keep mentioning it in videos, but I've not actually got to it, so this is hopefully the time when I will get to it. And yeah, this follows 4 sisters, Mary, Beth, Jo and Amy, I believe, whose father is away fighting in the Civil War, and they are kind of at home trying to make ends meet with their mother. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I love this book, and I loved it when I read it, and I want to reread it. And then the last one from that little list of YA books that I need to read is actually me finishing a series. I know, don't get too excited, but I'm hopefully going to read Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins, which is the final book in the Hunger Games trilogy. I've read The Hunger Games and Catching Fire ages ago, and I've seen all the films, but for some reason I just didn't pick this one up. So Mockingjay is hopefully going to happen this month because, I mean, I need to get to it. Okay, and then I have 4 library books that happen to have come in this month that I'm going to hopefully get to in December. So the first one is The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. I read this maybe 2016 and I really didn't like it. Gave it 1 star. Really could not get on with it. But this year I've read a few books that I previously read and actually liked them. So I read The Host by Stephanie Meyer, which previously I didn't like, and I actually liked it. I can't remember what the other one was. I feel like there was another book that I read that I didn't like before. I don't know, but I want to reread this and see if maybe it was just the time when I read it that I didn't love it. It has black pages, which I kind of like, although I think normally they're red, are they? Or am I making that up? Anyway, I'm looking forward to this. Obviously it's about a circus, and the circus arrives without warning, and then they kind of just, yeah. I don't really remember too much about the story, so maybe that's a good thing, and it's kind of like, it'll be like a new reading experience. But, oh, I never said, it's by Erin Morgenstern. Did I say that at the beginning? I can't remember. Anyway, I'm looking forward to retrying this and seeing what I think this time. Next up is another book that I'm wanting to continue on a series. I am on a roll this December. It is Percy Jackson and the Battle of the Labyrinth by Rick Riordan. Is this the 3rd one or the 4th one? I think this is the 4th one, isn't it? Yeah, I read Lightning Thief, Sea of Monsters. What's the other one? Oh, Titan's Curse. I've read all 3 of those. This is the 4th one. I think there's 5 in the series. Maybe 5, I don't know. But I want to continue reading this series. Again, this is not a difficult book to read. Like, it's quite simple. Like, not simple as in it's just an easy, like, fast-paced book. And I'm looking forward to this. I'm not going to explain what Percy Jackson is about. Everybody knows. But yeah, hopefully this is one that just will make me continue the series. Because, like I said before, I'm terrible at finishing series. Next up, I picked up this book. I don't know anything about the actual book, but in July this year I read a book by Louise Candlish, and it was one of my favourite books of the year. Probably will be in the top 10 list at the end. And I loved it so much that I saw this and I thought, oh, I want to read something else by her. So this is The Swimming Pool by Louise Candlish. Again, I don't really know anything about it. I'll really quickly read it. What does it say? It's the height of summer when Elm Hill Lido opens, having stood empty for years. For Natalie Steele, constantly striving to be the perfect wife, mother and teacher, it offers an opportunity for escape, and she can't believe her luck when the glamorous Lara Channing draws her into her elite circle of friends. Soon Natalie is spending long, careless days at the pool, while real life with her family begins to feel very far away. But has this unexpected change in fortune come at a price? Just who are these people Natalie is spending all her time with, and what do they want from her? Why are dark memories of another summer now starting to resurface? And without realising, could Natalie have been swept dangerously out of her depth? It's another psychological thriller, which I'm all here for. And yeah, I love Louise Candlish. I read The Disappearance of Emily Marr in July, like I said, and loved it, so I'm hoping I will continue to love her writing. And the last book that I have from the library that I really want to read this month is The Wrath and the Dawn by Renée Ardier, which is the first book in a duology. I don't remember what the next one's called, but I believe this is supposed to be, I think this has got something to do with the, is it 1001 Nights, where like there's a ruler who like takes a different girl to bed every night and then like kills them. I don't really know. I'm excited. I've not seen this cover before, which I love. I think it looks beautiful, and yeah, I know nothing else about this. I'm just really looking forward to reading it. So then the final book that I'm going to be reading this month is my random pick of the month. So I'm just loading my Goodreads now so I can pick a random book and see what it's going to be. Right, so I've clicked random. I'm waiting to see if I can see it then load, and let's see what I'm going to be reading. Okay, so I'm really nervous and excited to read this book. I have a very long, like big pile of books to read already, and this is a humongous book. I'll just have a look before I show you what it is. Oh, it's okay actually. A lot of it is just notes at the back, like the appendix or whatever. It's actually not even 400 pages long. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Okay, scrap that. I'm not scared, I'm excited. So the book that I've picked out is One of Your Own, The Life and Death of Myra Hindley by Carol Ann Lee. If you don't know, Myra Hindley, along with Ian Brady, were the people who committed the Moors murders in Britain, and she died in prison in 2002. I think he died as well recently. But it's about her and kind of how she fell under his spell, and whether she did fall under his spell or whether she was her own like separate person or whatever. So I'm interested in this. I've wanted to read this for a while. I've had this on my shelf for quite a long time, and I'm hoping that I'll get to it this month because, like I said, I do have a massive pile of books to read for this month, but I'm kind of okay with that. So there you have it, guys. That is all the books that I'm hoping to read in the month of December. I hope that you have a great reading month in December. Let's finish off the year with just an amazing reading month. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm hoping that you're going to love Vlogmas as well. That's going to be coming up. Just very quickly, I will say that Vlogmas will, for me, start on the 30th of November will be my first video, because that will be the kind of my Friday video normal. From the 1st to the 25th of December, there will be a video a day from me. Not all Christmassy. In fact, there's quite a few that aren't, but I'm okay with that. I hope that you are too. And then from the 26th through to the 31st of December, there's going to be a Harry Potter chapter a day, because I really want to finish the book by the end of the year, because I know that it's not one of the most popular things on my channel. Not everybody wants to watch it, and that's fine, but I thought I'd wanted to get it finished. And actually, there's one of the days of Vlogmas which will be one of those videos, and then from, like I said, the 26th all the way to the 31st, there'll be one chapter a day, 6 videos, and then we'll be done with it. So yes, I hope that you really love my videos. Hopefully I'll be doing 3 videos a week from the new year as well, which is really exciting because there's lots of fun things happening. I hope that you love this video, and give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Let me know what book you think I should start with, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.